What is the story, do you think, right now as everybody hits vacation in the NFL? Mike, what is that for you?
Well, this ongoing Sunday ticket trial is a pretty big deal, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger deal. And it's amazing because it was just kind of out there, and not many people were paying attention to it. And now, with the slow time coinciding with people like Roger Goodell and Jerry Jones testifying in open court. Goodell's been the commissioner since 2006, and he had never testified at a trial in open court before. There's been deposition testimony, there's been congressional testimony, but never in a trial in open court. We'll see what happens. Yesterday, the judge went off on the plaintiff's lawyers without the jury in the room about how they've handled the case. So there's some drama building there, and it's falling into this gulf where offseason programs are over, and we're just sitting back really waiting to see, I think, does Tua Tagovailoa, Jordan Love, and/or Dak Prescott get their contracts before training camp opens? 1, 2, all 3, or none of them? I think that's the one big thing from a football standpoint that we're paying attention to.
Okay, so let's take that one at a time. This case that you say that, you know, a lot of folks might not be paying attention to, you are writing quite a bit about it. But outside of that, do you want to explain what it is and what the ramifications of what's going on could possibly be?
Very simple argument. And I think this is where the plaintiffs have gotten themselves into trouble. They've overcomplicated the case. It's a simple argument. Sunday Ticket has always been a premium product. It's always been available at a high price with one option, the whole shebang. Every game, every team, even though it gets marketed as, if you're a displaced Packers fan in Pittsburgh, this is the way to watch the Packers. You can't just buy the Packers. It's always been a very high price. And the case is about the argument that the NFL deliberately sets the price high, requires the price to be high, to protect the free over-the-air broadcasts in every market on Fox and CBS. That's what the case is about. The argument is that's an antitrust violation. The ramifications, if the NFL loses, would be beyond whatever the individual class members would get financially, and it probably wouldn't be much. But the NFL, I think, would feel compelled to make changes to the way Sunday Ticket is offered. It would be cheaper for the whole product, and possibly other options would be available. One team at a time, 1 week at a time, one game at a time, if that's what you choose to do. So that's kind of what's hanging in the balance. But, you know, the NFL feels like it has a pretty good case on the law. On the facts, it kind of is what it is. The law, I think, is where the NFL is going to potentially find a way to prevail.
Is this a jury trial?
It is a jury trial. It is a jury trial. And there will be a verdict.
Where is it?
It's in L.A., not far from you, I think.
Okay.
It's out there somewhere.
Do I need to stand outside? Do I need to stand outside with a boombox like John Cusack or something like that, Mike? You tell me. Like, what am I doing here?
Look, here's what could happen, and this is what people need to be ready for.
Sure.
Based upon what happened in court yesterday, there could be a verdict against the NFL that will make people say, holy crap, or something other than crap. And the judge could then turn around and say, I'm entering judgment in favor of the NFL, notwithstanding the verdict, because I believe the law doesn't support this case. The case was already dismissed once, and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals reinstated it. It's been around for 9 years. It's a bunch of different cases brought together. It's like 2.5 million plaintiffs. But they could win, and the judge could take it away. And if the judge doesn't take it away, it'll get appealed, and at some point it'll probably end up before the U.S. Supreme Court. So it's been around 9 years. Hell, it could be around 5 more by the time it's all said and done.
So who's the fan that got really pissed off that started this whole thing? That's what it must be, right? It's what happened?
The Mucky Duck, a pub in San Francisco. Because think about whatever they charge fans to watch it at home, the charge they impose on bars and restaurants is even higher. So that's the lead plaintiff in this case, the Mucky Duck Pub in San Francisco. 2015 is when it all started. And, you know, look, Rich, I know from the moment I first became aware of Sunday Ticket, 1994, my first reaction was, I got to get this.
Of course.
My second reaction was, why do I got to pay for the whole thing? There's only one team that I want to watch whose games aren't regularly televised in my local market. So that issue's kind of been out there for 3 decades now. And I think it's fair for the law to provide clarity one way or the other, whether or not this is something that the NFL can do. Whether the NFL should do it is a different issue. Whether the NFL can do it is something that's never been resolved.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.